Hey buddies, I'm embarking on a journey to Varanasi, and then depending on the time and other things, I would also like to visit Khatu Shyamji Mandir and Salasar Balaji Mandir, and then Ranthambore National Park. This is what is in the mind when I have just traveled the journey. Let me see how I go about. Meanwhile, this journey, why I'm taking, well, of course, I've been traveling. I think my only hobby has been travel, travel, travel. Either I'm working or I'm traveling. These are the two things that I've done consistently in my life. And then, yeah, surely travel has brought me a lot of benefits in terms of my mental health, and then distracting myself from the challenges, and then coming out with some kind of a solution, is what I found whenever I traveled and then got back home. But then I would also like to share a few things, which I have felt in my journey of life. In my life, I really feel that God has been very kind, and then I've been able to achieve most of my targets, whether it is education, career, and things like that. But then it is pretty easy if you're alone or single, for you to achieve those targets, and then pretty easily you can sail through. But then if you are trying to achieve them for your family, for your partner, for your kids and things like that, then I think it's pretty challenging at times, because you try to set higher targets for you to achieve, and then that is when, if life allows, you sail through easily, or you would face a lot of stress and challenges in this journey because you have set a higher target. But then I think it's worthwhile for the people whom you believe are the reason for your life, and I think it's worth it. But then at times life throws up so many challenges, irrespective of your qualifications, standing in life, though you know all the solution for those challenges that you face, life really stuns you at times, because whatever solution that you would know doesn't work, and and then you kind of stare at the challenge, and then it's more challenging because you have to face it all alone, and then there's no one standing by your side, in this journey of life, which is pretty challenging. But then I think the one who really has to go through life. That's how I think life is all about. I've just landed in Varanasi now. Now my journey of getting closer to life is here in Varanasi, because when you're working, focusing on your career, travel and things like that, you tend to forget things. Now I've landed, and then I took a cab, and then from the cab I could not reach my hotel, so I have to take this rickshaw. I was a bit hesitant, that seeing another human cycling and then me sitting comfortably. But then this rickshaw person told me that no, it is so good for me. I am so healthy doing this work. That's what he said. Don't bother about that, because I enjoy doing this. At this age, it is keeping me fit, and that is because of cycling, is what he said. That was really wonderful to know his side of the story behind this work. I am checking into this property, which is very close by to most of the temples, be it Kashi Vishwanath temple, and then even closer to the Ghats as well. It hardly takes about 5 to 10 minutes, by walk, or if you take a rickshaw, it's pretty close as well. And then this is the balcony view from my hotel that I'm staying. This is very nearby. I think the old Varanasi is like this. All are small lanes, in Varanasi. This has a good a small boutique hotel, has all facilities inside the property. I ordered some lunch, which is an authentic Varanasi lunch here. Usually, whenever I travel to any place, I try to try out at least one meal which is a local food. And I have started my journey to Kashi Vishwanath temple. Look at the crowd now here. So I was lucky enough because I had picked up the online ticket, and I know somebody in Varanasi. This Pandit takes me to most of the temples, in Varanasi, and gets me a quick darshan because he knows, where to enter the queue and things like that. And then this is Kashi Vishalakshi temple and Annapurneshwari Devi temple. Now I am at the Ghat. Usually I don't take the boat on a sharing basis. I prefer to take an exclusive boat, though it is little higher because I get the luxury of asking the boat to stop in a place where it is little clean so that I can take my Ganga Snan, and then I also have a view of the ghats. Now Manikarnika Ghat, whenever I come here, I think I feel that I'm pretty closer to understanding life, because and then it says that okay, you're not permanent here. Of course we all understand that we are mortals, but then coming to Manikarnika Ghat is like seeing it face to face, so that you know how to lead your life properly, and then understand what is required to be done and things like that. So that's how Varanasi has been to me. Every time I visit Varanasi, I come to Varanasi with a lot of thought that I would meet some godman, somebody who's going to talk about me, and then maybe he may give some solution to the challenges that I'm facing and things like that. But then seldom do we really find that kind of pious people these days. Maybe I'm not lucky in that way that I've never been able to meet somebody who's really so pious and so powerful in their thoughts, who could give me some kind of a solution. Because mostly people, when you just meet and ask a solution for your problems that you may be facing in terms of business or anything of that sort, usually people talk about the karma, that you have to go through it, and then eventually you will be able to come out of your things, and then time is essence and blah blah blah. Yeah, Varanasi, when you come here, you see people. I think, what you see mostly here, irrespective of the person's background, whether they are, small, big, or the careers and things like that. So they all, remain same here when you look at them, because you don't find people dressing up or being in makeup and things like that. You see, most of them would be coming here, taking a dip, or in the Ganges, or going through the ghats. It's kind of quite an experience when you come here, because you see all kinds of people here. Of course, you don't fall prey for this fake godmen here, who try to come and then say a few things to you and all that. So I always take this a boat for a rental basis, for to visit few ghats and then take a holy dip. Isn't this wonderful? The views of so many ghats here. Every ghat has a story, because it's been built by Maharajas and the kings of different times and then places. That's what these boatmen told me. And I usually try to find a place which is pretty clean to take my holy dip and then go. Usually opposite of the ghat is where we go and then stop and then take a dip. But this time I think there's some quarrel, or issues that these boatmen and then the people on the other side have got into. So So these boatmen are not going the opposite side of the ghat. So I don't have a choice but to take my holy dip in one of the ghats. No, that is where we are going. Look at this. This is another ghat, Harishchandra Ghat. I think we all know the story of King Harishchandra, who was a person who never spoke a lie, and the kind of challenges that he had to face in life. It's when you're just going on this boat ride, there are a lot of thoughts in your mind, because I started my boat journey from Manikarnika Ghat. So Manikarnika Ghat hits you hard, basically tells you, guy, I mean, this is what is life all about, and then from there you begin. And when you go far, you see all these ghats, and then the people praying, taking a holy dip, and a few of them bringing the ashes of their loved ones to mix in the Ganges. All this really brings you closer to showing you what is life all about. And that is kind of overwhelming, to really feel the kind of thoughts that is running in your mind, and then your heart is pounding, literally seeing that. Because when you are in the city and then engrossed in your own life of work and things like that, seldom do we think on these. Of course we may understand, but then we do not empathize. And we are in the rat race then, so we are busy thinking about materials and then engrossed in mundane. But here the thoughts are very different. When you see people of different walks of life coming here and experiencing it. I see a lot of foreigners sitting on the banks of Ganges here, in most of these ghats, and then seeing people do things, like taking a holy dip, or mixing the ashes of their loved ones, or burning of bodies at the Manikarnika Ghat. I am sure that they are pretty curious to see and understand our culture, because depending on their religion and things like that. For me, it's always an eye opener to visit Kashi and then visit. I always begin my Kashi journey in Varanasi by visiting Sri Kalabhairaveshwara temple, and then from there I visit other places. I make it a point that I start my journey by visiting Kalabhairava temple usually, and that's what I've done. But then, since in the temples I would like to be engrossed in making a connection with the deity or the god, I do not take out my phone to shoot the videos there, and that's how I've not taken the videos in those places. Varanasi has been pretty crowded this time, but then luckily, since I know somebody, he knows the smaller lanes through which you can go and reach most of the temples, and then I could have my darshan a bit faster comparatively. Because even in Kalabhairava temple, I think the queue was so long to the main road. I think it would have easily taken me 2 to 3 hours or more to reach the deity and then have darshan. I could finish luckily my darshan in hardly less than 10-15 minutes. I think I'm grateful for that. And I'm getting back now to the ghat from where I started. Manikarnika Ghat is where I started my journey, of seeing the ghats, and then I've taken a nice holy dip. Now I'm back to the ghat where I started. These are two boatmen who are really good. They took me on a short boat ride. Now in Kashi Vishwanath temple, I think this is the video that you see from outside. I have finished my darshan, and then I'm exiting now from the temple. I'm taking an rickshaw. And this is the property that I'm going to stay in Jaipur. Now I have started my journey from Jaipur to Khatu Shyamji Mandir in Khatu. I've hired a cab for myself, so it is pretty easy so that I don't need to depend on public transport. Usually, this is how I mostly travel. I found a good cab. The driver is really awesome, and he's a very experienced driver, so he knows the place. So on the way, we can see a lot of people, walking to Khatu Shyamji's mandir. From I think about 16 kilometers they walk to the temple, and there are few people on the road that I saw that they're walking, running from different places. From Rajasthan to the temple. These are all people who are walking about 16 kilometers to the temple. It's pretty crowded today, being a weekend, and even the parking for the car is pretty far from where you need to take an rickshaw and then reach the temple. I am visiting Khatu Shyamji Mandir for the first time because I was not aware of this temple. When I got to hear the story of Khatu Shyamji Mandir, I am visiting with a lot of gratitude here. This is the crowd you have, but somehow magically, I don't know, the queue line that I stood, I mean, started moving very fast, and then within 10-15 minutes, I was able to move. And this is Salasar Balaji temple. Here, people tie, a coconut, asking for their mannat and whatever they want to achieve. Now, this is the lunch that I'm having here, the local food. And I've started my journey into Ranthambore National Park. Basically, it's a tiger safari. I've taken a ride on a canter. I could not get the gypsy because this was last minute. Even for this, I had to pay a little higher. Usually, I think the ticket pricing is about 900, but they collected 2,500 from me because I booked through an agent. Yeah, it's pretty comfortable because I got to sit in the front. There's a lot of wildlife in Ranthambore. Since now it's a dry climate and summer, you can see a lot of deers here, and then some crocodile is also there in the water. I think my driver said that today he has made about two trips, and then in both the trips they could not sight any tiger, but I'm sure that I would be lucky enough and then I should be able to sight at least one tiger. That is what I'm thinking. Yeah, the journey is pretty good, and then if you are visiting Ranthambore, don't forget to get yourself a cap, a hat. Otherwise, it's gonna be really tough in this climate there. You see a lot of sambar deers, and then the deers. There are a couple of antelopes that we could see as well. The journey inside the forest is pretty nice, and it's so serene. The only thing is, I felt it is a little crowded with two, three canters. I mean, going in the same zone. Here, sighting a tiger depends not just on the luck but also the zone which you choose to go on a safari. I'm told 1 to 4 is a good zone. I mean, I'm saying zone number 1, 2, 3, 4. They are pretty good, it seems. And I was told zone number 3 and 4 has good views of, the forest and then water body and all that. We are told, I think, there is a tiger that the other gypsy guy has seen, and then so the driver is making a way to go there, and then we are going to just see there I think there are two tigers. Can you see that? Wow. Okay. That's great. Like the driver is saying that we are lucky because we are seeing tiger. He has been on two trips today and he couldn't, so We are lucky. In fact, we are seeing a couple, a male female tiger, making their path. Wow, they look so majestic. This is really awesome to see, in a safari, unlike in a zoo. And this is awesome, isn't it? Wow, it's really nice. I'm really happy that I could sight a tiger, because without sighting, then I would have felt disappointed. This is so great. These deer, they are so nice to look at. Of course, you find deers everywhere, but then I think deep inside the jungle, this is great. We are on the way out now, on the exit from Ranthambore, but then we are told there's another tiger. So this is a female tiger, that we are seeing. Wow, we are really lucky. We in fact had three tiger sighting today. It's really awesome that I'm able to sight tigers. In fact, my whole journey has been really positive, because whatever temple I wanted to visit, I was able to have darshan. And then here in Ranthambore, when the driver said he went on 2 trips and he couldn't see any tiger, for me, I think going on the same canter with the same driver and then sighting three tigers is really awesome. This brings lots of positive motivation that things are happening. Wow, look at the majestic walk of the tiger. Awesome, isn't it, to see that in wild jungle. Of course, we see them in zoo, but then to see them like this in a safari is always awesome. Now I'm pretty motivated even to visit Kenya very soon. Let's see when I can do that. This is the exit from Ranthambore. I'm just exiting Ranthambore. This looks awesome, isn't it? The tree, the banyan tree, looks so awesome, like kind of a gate. Yeah, this is the cab that I picked up, and now I'm heading back to Jaipur. I'll head back to Jaipur and then stay there for a day and then rest, because I was hardly able to rest. Once I started from Bangalore, I came to Varanasi, and then from Varanasi, I could not somehow find a flight or a train. So I had to take a bus journey, which was I think I've hardly taken any bus journeys, and now somehow I managed to take. And this is the place that I'm staying in Varanasi. I'm sorry, I mean in Jaipur. So I'm going to be here tonight, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to take the flight. I've started to Jaipur International Airport. It takes hardly about 20 to 30 minutes drive from the place that I'm staying in Civil Lines. And I would be taking a flight to Mumbai because I have a friend who wanted to just catch up for a coffee. So I thought, okay, since I would be transiting in Mumbai, I will reschedule my flight and then spend about couple of hours from there and then come back. So my flight is taking off to Mumbai now. I've been traveling to Mumbai now and then, whenever there's work, and then I have a couple of friends whom I make it a point to visit at times. I'm just landing in Mumbai. So once I arrive in Mumbai, then I will spend couple of hours close by. I'll be visiting him and then having a coffee, chit chat, and then again come back to the airport so that I can take the connecting flight to Bangalore. That's the plan. Of course, I'm little worried because the traffic issues and things like that, so that I do not get delayed. I've come to the airport now. Going to take a flight to Bangalore. My flight is about to take off. I think this flight I'm going to remember, the reason being, it was really a very turbulent flight, and in fact, the flight got diverted to Chennai instead of landing in Bangalore. And, I was there in the flight aircraft almost for 3 hours, on the tarmac, and then eventually we took off to Bangalore and then arriving pretty late in Bangalore. Thanks to the senior commander who piloted the aircraft, and then the other staff, we comfortably arrived in Bangalore. You see, I mean, travel is like a story, isn't it? Like you travel for some reason, and then the experiences that you get in this travel is immense. It's really difficult to put it in words and then express. But then I think that's it. That's how the journeys are, and that's why I love these journeys. And then looking forward for my next travel. I'm not sure where I am going to travel next. Okay, all the best.